Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. The best way is if you became a millionaire, would you keep working? You know? I want to tell you guys something. What's going on right now is California's trying to figure out about crypto. My name is Ben. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the people's channel, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. I can't get over it. I kind of look nude today on the zoom out shot. Yeah. Hey.
Better.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever seen, I don't know, there was like a show. No. There was a wrestler, El Gigante. He used to wear a nude suit. It was really bizarre. Does anybody remember El Gigante? No channel works harder to keep you in the know about crypto and nostalgic wrestling than this one right here. Guys, my name is Ben, coming to you live every single day at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully they can't hear the drilling out there.
No,
but you guys know this week we are running the show a little bit shorter. We'll be done at 12:30 today due to we got some construction going on in the building. Booker T. Yeah, who said Booker T, man? I miss WCW. WCW was way better at its peak than WWE ever was. I'm sorry. It's just fact. Back then we used to call it WWF until the World Wildlife Foundation decided they were going to sue. Matthew Haynes says, naked Ben is nice. I'm nice no matter what I wear. But anyways, guys, we're going to be talking a lot of stuff in the crypto world today. Obviously, we have DXY destroying every other currency right now. Very, very crazy. Someone said, can you bump the daily wrap-up video to 10 to 15 minutes? No, the whole point is to do it quick because we got to get it out fast because we're trying to push out the latest information. So did you see the Citibank news locking people out? Do we have that today, Johnny, on the screen?
I did not see that.
I don't think so. Let's pull that up real quick. Let's check that out. Citibank lockouts. Access blocked. What is this? Let's see. Let's go to news. No. Oh man. You know what? We got the Braves Mets series this weekend. I got tickets to all 3 nights. And they're saying the whole thing may get canceled because of the hurricane weather.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
I
mean, it won't get canceled. They'll have to play it.
Right.
So I don't know what they're going to do.
I thought we'd be far enough away.
Yeah, how about that? Go Braves. Hey, we were in first place. I think we lost last night, so we're half game back, but it'll be fine. No, TJ's here. TJ's here.
Hey, guys.
The Attitude Era of WWF was better than any era of WCW. That is clearly false 100%. I'm sorry. NWO and NWO Wolfpack was peak of wrestling. I'm sorry. You're wrong. Hollywood Hogan, peak of wrestling. Goldberg, peak of wrestling. I'm sorry. Just was. Yeah, NWO for life. And also, we do want to say, rip Coolio. Very sad. Coolio died. As I sent a text to someone last night, he finally made it to the Valley of the Shadow of Death. That's one of the greatest songs of all time, right? I need to go put that on my iTunes today. Or they call it iTunes still? Apple Music. Why doesn't Ben have nipples? If you've been watching the show for a while, you know I clearly do. All right, let's get into the markets, guys. We have the markets coming in 21,145. Today is World Heart Day. How about that? So if you have a beating heart, congratulations. Exchange is 526, market cap 935 billion. Volume subsided heavily down here. Yeah, too sweet. I see y'all saying that. 72.6 billion. Bitcoin dominance down again 39.5%, ETH 17.4%. And for 9 Paraguays, you can send an ETH transaction. Wow, they really don't think I'm wearing a shirt today. A lot of people don't think I'm wearing a shirt. Bitcoin coming in at $19,277. Ethereum at $13.26. Biggest movers of the day, we got Flow up, EOS up. I'm supposed to be talking with somebody from the EOS Foundation when I'm out there in Dubai at the Future Blockchain Summit. Excited about that. Be out there for a week. I'll be gone from the show for that week, and then the Monday and Tuesday following week. Then I'll be back. Then I'm not leaving for a long time. And I have no end of November. We have a trip, but that is it. So, all right, let's go ahead and let's check out some of these stories over here, having to do with the market watch. First and foremost, guys, we got some dramatic stuff going on in the United States. This isn't really necessarily market watch, but obviously it's a very important thing going on right now. Hurricane Ian knocks out power to 2 million on destructive path across Florida. Expected to dump 12 to 18 inches of rain. Some locations, 2 feet of rain. So Oh, it's expected 12 to 18, and some are getting 2 feet. So pretty bad. Obviously, if you're in Fort Myers area, you know, hope you guys did okay. No, it's been bad there. So just want to say thoughts and prayers out to these people. And I know a lot of people that live down there in that area, people who live in Fort Myers. So still waiting to hear on how those people are doing. But, you know, I mean, look, facts are, if you're in a spot where a hurricane is coming, I think you got to get out. You got to evacuate. I think that's usually the safest thing. That's what me and my family would do. So, anyways, just like I said, thoughts and prayers out to them. I'm sure we're going to find out a lot more about this over the coming week, you know, coming days, exactly how bad it is down there. So, Bitcoin price and Ethereum, crucial bullish break. Interesting here. Bitcoin price recovered above the $19,200 level, eyeing an upside break into the $19,650. Well, we can see that actually did not happen. It is back down at 19,277 right now. Let's see. Price could rally 5 to 8%. I mean, look, it looks like to me we're looking at another BART pattern here, doesn't it? Developing here potentially.
Yeah, there's been a lot of people talking about positive things on the charts looking bullish, but obviously the macro not feeling bullish in any way. So, you know, to me, a lot of times that's a short-term pump up, kind of like you're saying, and then a drop back down, which would be that traditional BART pattern, you know, pump up, go sideways, drop right back down.
Well, I tell you what, let's do a short-term pump right now. Everybody pump up the like button. Number one thing you can do as a member of the BitSquad, number one thing you can do to support crypto adoption, have more people see these videos. You guys know we are the mainstream channel. A lot of people come in through you know, to the world of crypto. We're very proud of that. A lot of millionaires have been made in this community. And during the bear market, a lot of millionaires were lost in the community. Yeah. But don't worry, guys. Next one, we're going to be back, I swear. But make sure to smash the like button. Number one thing you do, make sure to exit out of the live chat. If you're watching on mobile, hit the like button, come back into the live chat. It's a little tricky. Bottom left-hand corner screen, more actions, more options. If you're watching on a smart TV, then hit react and then like this video. Cardano is still consolidating near the 43.5 cent level. Could test 45 cents. It could drop to 42 cents. So there you go. Oh, that's funny. 43.5 is literally in between 45 cents and 42 cents. They basically say it could go either way, a penny and a half. Cool. Thanks for that hardcore analysis. Let's see. All right. Another story here. Using Bitcoin derivatives to discern speculation from true momentum. Analyzing Bitcoin derivatives. Oh, no, this is for the next story. No, this is the next story. This is not Market Watch.
No.
So let's go ahead and bring Frank up. Frank, you want to come on up? Do you guys like Frank?
Yeah, why not? Everyone loves Frank.
Okay. I don't mind him.
What is going on, guys? Smash the like button if you like me, and smash the dislike button if you dislike me. But, guys, we got a lot to look at on the charts today. We do have some higher time frames actually looking not too bad. So we're going to show you that. I'm also going to show you a trade that I took live on stream with the Candle Mafia last night that played out beautifully. So we'll take a look at that because obviously, you know.
And if they want to trade, where can they do that at?
Yeah, if you guys want to trade and long or short your favorite altcoins or Bitcoin, you could check out Femex. We do have a link with a great deal for the BitSquad, and you guys will get some bonus funds deposited into your account to trade with. So definitely a good deal over there. We always negotiate real good deals for our viewers. But yeah, definitely check that out if you guys want to long or short your favorite coins, because you can make money whether we are pumping or dumping. And if you guys were in my stream last night, you will know that we were doing that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that trade, how I found it, and why I was so confident in taking the trade. So we'll take a look at that. Then I'm going to show you the higher time frame, show you what I see that does actually kind of look kind of bullish to me. And then we'll kind of break down the lower time frames and talk about what I would be expecting in the near future. So hopping over to the charts here, taking a look, I do want to start off on the higher time frame. So you guys know we do have the bearish signals popping up on those super high time frames like the weekly. Now, these may have already played out. You don't want to completely start ignoring them. You want to remember they're there. However, they have played out a little bit and potentially could have played out to their full their full extent here. So you want to remember they're there, but I want to show you the actual bullish cases here because some of these higher time frames are actually not looking too bad. Because if you take a look here on the, actually I want to show maybe the 3 days a little clearer. We are starting to put some potential, they are not printing yet, but these may print very soon. Some potential bullish divergences. You see your price is coming down here. And these higher daily timeframes would make these signals very, very bullish, right? The higher the time frame, typically the stronger the signal. So we are starting to print some bullish divergences here on the higher daily timeframes. You can see it with the lower prices. You have your low here, your lower lows here, with your low here on your momentum waves and your higher lows here. You could also do this with the RSI if you don't have Market Cipher. I know not everybody can afford more, to pay for to get paid indicators, but you could also do this. It works in the same way with the free RSI that you can find on TradingView. And then same deal here with the 2-day. We are, we did technically confirm somewhat of a bullish divergence here. It's not the strongest divergence, but if you come all the way back here, we still have lower lows on your price and higher lows on your momentum waves with your money flow starting to come out. Now, obviously, these longer time frames could take some time to play out, but just wanted to point out in general, these higher time frames are starting to set up some bullish signals. Which again could take a little bit of time to play out. But if they do play out, it could mean we could get a decent bounce here coming in the near future. And on top of all that, this is happening at key support. This level, that value area low at 18,825, we've been talking about forever. It remains the most important level of support, in my opinion. So the fact that you're having these bullish divergences forming at key support would add a little bit of confidence to, or confluence there with these bullish signals. So now as we move a little bit lower down the time frames here, you can see this daily bull div did not give us too much juice. We kind of just got that scam pump up. And now that VWAP is starting to roll over. So we could print a red dot here potentially soon to invalidate that daily bull div. But again, those higher time frames are actually starting to set up to look pretty good. Now, coming on down here, the lower we come, it does look like we could have some short-term bearish action. And now looking at the 12-hour, we are currently printing a red dot with your money flow kind of flat there. Your 10-hour red dot is printing as well, again, indicating that we could get a move to the downside here. And if you come over to your 2-hour, guys, we do have a confirmed blood diamond. So this, we have gotten pushed down right to that support. So you want to be careful. I say this almost every single day. You don't want to get overly bearish at support, right? So although we do have a blood diamond, we do have that strong value area low, which seems like we cannot break. Every time we lose this level, we get bounced right back into the value area as expected with the volume profiles, but we just cannot break this support. So definitely a good sign for Bitcoin. But nonetheless, blood diamond confirmed on the 2-hour would be generally more bearish. And you're also printing a 4-hour red dot with your lower time frames having the if you look at your 12-hour and your 12-minute and your 15-minute, you can see you do get some kind of choppy money flow here, but generally, if you connect the highs, it is generally flowing out, which is a bearish sign. But beautiful bounce off that value area low, guys. Right now, this is kind of, I want to move into the shorter term stuff. Shout out to Hey Noodle saying, show ETH. Funny story with show ETH. Somebody kept spamming show ETH in my chat one day. And I made a comment on it, and now it's a complete meme in my chat. Everybody just shouts show ETH. They want a show ETH t-shirt, so I think we're going to bring it to you guys. But yeah, we'll take a look at ETH in a second. But I just want to touch on the smaller time frames because, guys, the way I'm kind of handling this stuff is I'm just, short-term scalp trades here. And you can see this is the trade that I took last night live on my live stream with the Candle Mafia. We were coming up to our point of control. This is on the 15-minute time frame. Coming up to our point of control, which we know is very strong resistance when we're below it. And this is just textbook, guys. If you take anything away from my little segment here on this live stream, take this away. Bearish and bullish divergences are super powerful, especially when you get them while approaching key resistance, right? So you have your POC, price taps that level almost perfectly to the dollar. You have your high, your higher high, and then you come down to your momentum waves or your RSI, and you have a high on your momentum waves with a lower high. This is where I got into that trade live on stream. Instantly came into profit, kind of bing-bonged around a little bit here. And then our target was going to be that value area low because we know that's important support. And we got that nice little bounce directly off of that level here. And another scalp trade that I took a couple days ago, I think, or maybe it was yesterday, I don't even remember. But again, just the same exact setup where you have your momentum waves. You have a low and a higher low, making a diagonal line pointing up with your low and your lower low on price as you come to that key support of your spider line. And you know that when you're out of that value area, below that value area low, it's likely you get sucked back in and you get that perfect little signal here, and you could have made a massive profit. So we're just long in the bullish divergences on the small time frames, riding it up, seeing the bearish divergences at key resistance, and then shorting it back down, and then coming right back down to that key support. So I just wanted to point that out. I think it's a little bit of a teachable lesson because I know the markets are a little bit hard to read right now, but that's not to say that you can't profit on these lower time frames with these very clear signals. And again, I don't always give these freebies out on the live stream, but I did take that live with the Candle Mafia last night. I never recommend copycat trading, but I know it's exciting. People like to see those live trades. So if you guys are interested in that kind of thing, seeing how I trade live, you can check me out on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel at 5:45 every single weekday. But just a couple more things to take a look at here. I do want to touch on the SPY, which was coming down near a very important level of support, and we have not broken it. This level of support is very important, and as long as we can stay above this level, I do think that we could, maintain price here. But if we start losing this level, I do think things could get pretty ugly. And just because I see it right now, just a testament to market cipher right here, guys. You break key support, you bearishly retest, get that yellow X confirmation, and it's a dump down right to your next target. But yeah, as of right now, we did get a little bounce off support and just continuing to come down here. And then our DXY, nothing really has changed. We came right up to the top of our channel as we were expecting. Didn't expect it to happen so fast, but this is where we were looking for resistance, and now this thing is continuing to come to the downside. This gold box, which is coming in at about 110.77, between 110.77 and about 110.24, is the level where I would look for some support. We could potentially come down to this level and get a big bounce, in which case we could see some bearish action on the DXY. So with all that being said, guys, I think that's all I got. Watch out for those bullish and bearish divergences, and keep an eye on those higher time frames because they might blast us to the moon sometime soon. Back to Ben. Bing bong.
Bing bong.
Frank, glad you're wearing a shirt today. Golly, I'm so tan, it matches mine. Look at this. Y'all know I got really sunburned. I got really sunburned when I got back from Alaska. Had my kids all day. Well, for my 7-year-old and my 10-year-old, they both had travel tournaments at the same park. And my 7-year-old played at 8:30 in the morning up to 12. And then my other son played from 12. We made the championship. We ended up playing till like 7 or 8 o'clock. I was wearing a tank top. So I know some people thought, maybe I was doing some tanning. But no, it was just from one day. I got so sunburned. I had water blisters on my back. You ever had those?
Have what?
Water blisters from sunburns?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
I've never
they're
called them water blisters, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Blisters, yeah.
Well, yeah, if you pop them, water comes out. Yeah. I mean, if you just take a needle and put a little thing in there. Yeah. Glenn Beck had Congressman Andy Barr today talking about the ongoing fight to keep CBDCs out of the free market. Also sent a link about Citibank before. Did you see that? I did not see it. Maybe send it again and we'll watch for it this time.
Yeah. I'll look for it while you're doing the
Yeah.
news. I didn't see anything about the Citibank stuff.
Yeah, I didn't either. And also, guys, no, I did not put on sunscreen because I just didn't think it was, it was September. I didn't think it was going to be that bad. No, it was awful. It wasn't that hot. It was just, the sun was just right on me all day. Okay. Go ahead and, so we got FEMEX up there. Go ahead and throw the market cipher link up there as well for people. Big Boy 15 will save you 15% on market cipher. We use that all the time. So, Yep. Yeah, you can go to bitboycrypto.com. You can check out that review. Need to do one on Lux Algo.
Yeah.
I haven't been showing the Lux Algo stuff lately. We need to get back to that. Okay. I don't understand what this person is saying about Ben Pluto Alliance trying to gift you. I don't understand what that means. I don't understand what you mean. So I've seen you say it like 7 times. Affordable artworks. Affordable artworks. It almost looks like the word Blair is in there. But anyways. Okay. All right. Moving on here. Let's get to the news of the day. Using Bitcoin derivatives to discern speculation from true momentum. Analyzing Bitcoin derivatives gives a window into the state of the market conditions and can provide clues for when Bitcoin has reached an absolute bottom. This article covers some of the recent action in the Bitcoin derivatives market, as well as touches on the evolving relationship between Bitcoin and the legacy financial system. Let's see here. The everything bubble is unwinding as the asset sitting at the base of it all. The U.S. Treasury bond continues to bleed. Here we have one of the guys from the Backstreet Boys tweeting out, check out the pristine collateral that serves as the plumbing for the global financial system. Straight down. There you go. You see the bond futures. Now, I will tell you, TJ,
Yes.
something that I thought was very interesting. You know who's been so bearish on this market is Forza. On
Yeah.
Twitter that is on our research team.
Yeah, I think I know where you're going.
Yeah, and he said, now he's anon, right? He works for a big financial company. That's why he's got to be anon all around. Because basically the long and the short of it is that if his company found out what he was doing, it wouldn't be good for him. Talking about crypto because they're anti-crypto. But the point is he knows more about the actual financial markets after working literally in that industry for so long than almost anybody I know, maybe more than anybody I know. He says this, the bond, what we're seeing with the bonds right now is indicative that the Fed's actually about to start cutting rates very soon.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was, I haven't heard anybody say that.
No, I saw that this morning too. I thought that was interesting. It was funny, and it's kind of like I can't remember where I saw this, a tweet. I can't remember who said it, but somebody tweeted, basically degens opening their Robinhood account 2021, trying to get a treasury account to buy treasury T-bills in 2022 because they're turning bonds now into like meme stocks almost the way they're moving. And so it's going to bait retail in at the very end, like they always do, get the guys the dumb money to buy that before they, reverse the trend on that. So yeah, and it lines up perfectly with one more rate hike, like we've been saying. Whether you're looking at macro, whether you're looking at charts and things like that, it all tends to align. But hearing that he's seeing confluence on the charts for bonds lining up with what we're saying, sounds good to me.
I see people talking in the chat. No, that Forza is not Mr. X. Just so you all know. Our expectation is that the volatility in legacy markets would lead to a large liquidation in Bitcoin derivatives, driving the price below spot markets while short traders piled on. This would be seen by drastically negative perpetual futures funding rate, variable interest rate that incentivizes traders to settle prices closer to the spot market rate. So that's quite interesting when you look at what's going on with the bond market here. And I tell you, just hearing him say that, and he's been so bearish.
Yeah.
Because, once they start cutting the rates, or if they were to cut the rates, now I think we're getting a pause. I don't think we're getting cut. I don't think we're getting cut for a while. But pausing underneath the level they said we're going to would almost be the same thing as a cut in a lot of opinions. So you DM'd it to me on Twitter with a link. Yeah, don't put this up. Let me check my Twitter DM here. Twitter DM. Nope, that's not him. That's not him. That's not him. That's not him. Yeah, it's not going through on Twitter either. I don't see it on Twitter. So I don't know, maybe message an impersonator. Okay. All right. Surging Bitcoin sterling trading volume points to hedging demand for crypto, or does it? There's a debate whether rising BTC GPP trading volume represents hedging demand for the crypto or speculative interest. And just let me just tell you kind of what I've been seeing. If you go to Twitter, make sure to follow me on Twitter. Obviously, we're at 890.9K. We're really starting to pick up a lot of speed over here on our growth rate on Twitter, which has been really good. But if you go over here and you look at whose Twitter am I looking? Graham Stephan. Go to Graham Stephan's Twitter page. That's Stephen Graham. That's not. I guess there's no A in it. That's Graham. No. What is his? How do you spell Graham?
Graham. I think you had it.
HAM. There it is. I don't know. I thought I spelled it right. But anyways, the point here is he posted this here. We're winning, right?
Yeah.
US dollars, Canadian dollars, Australian dollars, euros, and the yen. And you see that we're really crushing everybody right now. Now, here's the interesting thing. What has Bitcoin been doing? Holding pretty steady.
Yeah.
Seba says, anyways, you guys do a video on how to live off crypto investments. I get stocks have interest, dividends, payouts, but what about crypto? Thanks, brother. Yeah, we could do a potential video on that. We'll look at that. But
it sounds like a bull market video.
It sounds like a bull market video. Yeah, it's hard to do that. I keep dreaming of living off of crypto. Yeah, it's possible, but you got to be patient. And guys, I really just want to reiterate this. I know a lot of you guys are new. I know a lot of you guys have came in at a bad time. And it seems like all hope is lost right now. Look, it took me 9 years from the first day that I bought Bitcoin at $12 a Bitcoin. It took me 9 years to become a crypto millionaire. 9 years. It does not happen overnight. You've got a lot of learning curve to go. Now, look, if I had piled in a ton of money in the beginning and just held it, yeah, but that wasn't why I got into crypto. I got into Bitcoin because I was made to buy a software for my ticket business I was running at the time. So I was using it as a currency. You got to be paid. You can live off crypto. You really can't do it overnight. It's a process. When we really try to push education and staying in here for the long term. And in the bull run, sure, everything gets euphoric. And so like that message gets a little lost because the people that had been in for 2, 3, 4 years during that bull run, they're reaping all the rewards. It's a long-term game, guys. That's why you got to check out my book, Catching Up to Crypto. Got some great news. We're already on back order. First edition's already out.
Wow.
Our first edition's already sold out. We're now on to the second edition, I think. If my wife interpreted what they were saying correctly, she's big on books. She's the one that picked out the cover, obviously.
Cover's great.
Cover's great. Yeah. Fun and authoritative guide on Bitcoin and the future of money. Basically, if you are new and you want to really know how to make money in crypto and how to get in this space for the long term, make sure to check out Catching Up to Crypto. You can go to bitboycrypto.com/book, and you guys can get it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. And we're going to pump this book a lot. And I have no shame in this because I'm telling you, this is the book that people need to read. It's called Catching Up to Crypto because it's literally going to catch you up to where we're at today. It's going to take you through the whole history of crypto, the beginning of digital currency. Anybody who knows a hater is going to explain money, why it doesn't work, why the system was broken, where we're at now, where we're going. It fills the gap of information that you really need in order to get caught up to where we're at today to be able to understand YouTube videos. I would probably have to do 60 hours of YouTube videos to give you what we're going to give you in this book. So it's out in January. Pre-orders are going right now. We're crushing the pre-orders. A lot of you guys have supported it. We're going to do a contest soon, by the way, TJ. That was one thing I was writing down over on my notes. I want to do a contest where we give away like some signed copies.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, Corey was just saying he really wanted to get a first edition. Corey Harden, he's been supports everything we do. So I think that'd be good to do some first edition signed giveaways kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. Now look, not really a huge difference between first edition, second edition. It's all the same words.
Yeah.
So anyways, but I mean, that's why you got to get in early. You got to get in early, just like you got to do in crypto.
Yeah.
All right, moving back to the topic at hand here. What I want to show about Graham's thing here is during this time what's been interesting is Bitcoin's actually been far less volatile than any of these currencies in the last few weeks. And a lot of people are really starting to wake up to the fact that, and this is exactly how it happened at the pandemic, right? We had the pandemic crash, and then everybody's like, oh yeah, maybe there's other stuff other than money we can put our money in. Like, yeah, duh, right? Yeah, duh. But it took this big event. It's taken all this crazy currency volatility to get people swinging back in the other direction of crypto and to realize, oh, it is a hedge. I had somebody on Twitter yesterday that said the most low IQ thing I had ever seen. You know what? I do need to ask about the audiobook.
Yeah, a lot of people.
I think if we've already got there, I think we're already at the threshold where we can do the audiobook. So I'll find out. But the point here is that what we're seeing is people are waking up to the fact that Bitcoin is, more stable than all this other stuff over the long term. Had a guy yesterday. Okay, I had this tweet. Let's see. I had this tweet. I'm not going to actually show you the guy who said this because he is really low IQ, and I don't want to make fun of him. I don't want it to be about calling this guy the idiot that he is and putting his name with it. But sorry. In all seriousness, though, I had this tweet where I said, "Remember this: bulls always win in crypto." Yes, I'm short-term bearish. We are bearish for this year. We are bearish. We think we get a new low in November or December. Yes, I am short-term bearish. But overall, I'm super bullish on BTC in the whole space. Guy literally comes in and says, yeah, this is how people get wrecked. What? No, you idiot. The bulls always win. Somebody had another tweet. Where was it? I think it was Luke Martin, I think. Luke Martin said this, venture coinist. He said, if you're perma bearish, you need good timing. If you're perma bullish, you just need time. And I think that wraps it up so well. That's why I retweeted and said, very well said. That's how it is. Guys, the statistics show if you've been in crypto for 4 years or more, you will make significant money. Now, it doesn't mean you throw money, $1 in and then wait 4 years. That means if you stay active, if you stay paying attention over the long term, you will make money in this space.
Yeah.
If you look at the long-term chart of Bitcoin, the percentage gain, there are some sites that say it's incalculatable how high of a percentage gain it is from where it started for Bitcoin for a penny to where it is today. And if you look, yeah, you can say the people who got in early made a ton of money. Yeah, they're the billionaires. Great. Yeah. But the people that bought in 2018 at $3,000, they still crushed it.
Yep.
They still crushed it, guys. And right now we are on the downswing of the cycle and it doesn't feel like that. But people are waking up to this. Bitcoin is a hedge against traditional markets. Its history is shown through that. It doesn't mean every single day it's going to actively be a positive hedge. But over the long term, it is. Eddie Parrott says, betting the portfolio on the Falcons this week. Let's go. Hey, I agree. I'm going to be at the Falcons game.
I don't know if that's a good bet, though.
Well, we're playing the Browns with Jacoby Brissett. I think we have. Hey, Falcons could very easily be 3-0. We blew the lead, big shocker, against the Saints. Fluky game against the Rams where we almost came back and won. And if Kuda, who's one of the best kickers in the whole league, if not the best kicker, he missed a field goal on the first drive. If he doesn't miss that field goal, we just got to do a field goal for the win at the end of that game, or maybe it was a field goal for the tie, whatever it would be.
That's always the Falcons, though. They always miss a field goal that always comes back to haunt them. And
it is. You're right. But I'm very impressed with our coach. I think our coach is doing the best with minimal talent. Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Cordarrelle Patterson, those are 3 freaking studs. Now, Mariota, he's a wastebasket. He's got to go. We got to get Desmond Ridder in there for the long term. But anyways, all right. Let's go ahead and move on. Next here, we've got Dollar Dishes, the pain as sell-off rumbles. Dollar sell-off rumbles on. Investors pedaled into another cycle of selling on Thursday as the dollar tightened its stranglehold on currency markets. Recession fears sapped stocks and bonds, suffered more interest rate pain. The 10K or the UK 10-year gilt yield. What is a gilt? What is the gilt market?
I don't know.
That's like when you do something bad and like you sell off your pain to somebody.
Yeah, I think that's when the queen just makes you feel really bad and really guilty for what you did.
Yeah. Well, the queen's dead.
Well,
is there a new queen?
It's not a queen. It's a king.
We just have a king.
King Charles.
King Charles.
Yeah.
Cool. What did PJ say? He is a queen. Okay. All right. Let's see. What is it? Low risk corporate bonds and stocks may also be called gilts or gilt edge securities. A gilt edge denotes a high quality item, the value of which I don't know where that continues at. Gilts are government bonds. Okay, so the gilt market is government bonds in the UK. So there you go. I had never even heard of it. Have you ever heard of that word?
Nope.
I never even heard of it until 3 days ago.
Yeah.
So, guys, I tell you when I don't know stuff.
Well, that's the beauty of being in crypto is you learn all kinds of new stuff that you wouldn't before. I posted a thing. I think I shared it on Twitter and on Instagram where, I mean, it's basically a guy. It's kind of like the crazy hot chart if you've ever seen it, but it's just like the mess around and do stuff and then you figure it out faster. And that's, I mean, you guys hear me say that a lot in here, but when you mess around in crypto, when you buy stuff, when you sell stuff, when you trade it, when you play with it, you'll learn a lot fast, for better or worse. You'll either make money or lose money quick and you'll remember.
BA30. Wow. Man, maybe she made that when she was 30. Says Camilla is a queen now.
Oh, okay.
Camilla's apparently the queen now. And TN Civil Audit says the floating thing from Donnie Darko led me here. That's my favorite movie of all time.
That's so weird. I
love Donnie Darko.
Bobby Halliday, one of our creative director here, was a big Donnie. He's the one who introduced me to Donnie Darko.
Oh, okay, cool.
Years ago. We were talking about it.
I got introduced to it through a meth binge back in 2002.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's peak Donnie Darko right there.
Peak Donnie Darko. Well, I watched
that probably made it really good. Yeah, you probably watched it. Yeah, exactly.
I was like 7 times in a row. Yeah.
Nice.
I like that part where God, what is her name? Jenna Malone. What is her name in the movie? I can't remember.
Let's look it up.
Where she goes to Donnie Darko and she's like, "You're weird." And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And she's like, "No, it's a compliment." I was like, "Oh, there are people that like weird people. Maybe I got a shot in life." But
Gretchen Ross.
Yeah, that's right. What a great soundtrack. That's such a good movie. Okay. All right. Moving on back to this. Interest rate investors now get now get on the government's treasury bonds, which are considered virtually risk-free if held to maturity. Now dwarf the S&P's 500 dividend yield. Yeah. Frank, why are you wearing that silly human suit? So anyways, yeah, look at this. The British pound against the dollar crushed. Japanese yen crushed. The Bank of Japan had to step in already. So yeah.
Yeah, they're already back to quantitative easing over there in Great
Yep.
Britain. Yeah.
Mhm.
CZ posted an article too saying something similar where currencies around the world are crashing, but Bitcoin holding steady, around that 20K, 19K number. So we're starting to see Bitcoin, at least for the short term, do what it's designed to do,
Yeah.
be a hedge.
Guys, I tell you, things seem to be setting up pretty perfect for our end of November, beginning of December bottom.
Yep.
Doesn't it?
Yep.
I mean, starts, we get a lot of this stuff moving out really crazy, really crazy. We could maybe get a bigger bounce. Somebody was asking me what I think is going to kind of happen, for next year. I mean, look, guys, we're going to see fireworks at different times next year, but ultimately, if you average the price over the year, it'll probably be a lot of sideways action. But, maybe not. Maybe we get a bigger drop. Maybe it plummets down to 9 and bounces back up to 20. I think we're going to spend. Here's a good question, TJ.
Okay.
I want to know, what do you believe is the average price Bitcoin will sit at next year?
So, like, if you take from January to December next year, average it all together, where are we hanging out?
Let me ask you a little bit of a different way. Yeah. Yes, basically.
Right.
But if you look back on 2019,
Right.
the average price was probably about $7,500.
Yeah, I would have said 772.
Yeah, exactly.
75,
Okay. So we're on the same track. So,
Okay.
There could be some big volatility, but overall, where do you see that average band?
That's tough. Let's say, assuming we bottom, I mean, I think we stay between 20 and 30, so maybe 25.
Oh, that's my exact number. God, you stole it. Yeah. 25. Somebody's saying 40 next year. I don't think so. 7K, 15K, 35K, 33. Look, I definitely think we can pump up to the 30s at some point next year, maybe high 30s, then come back down to 20 and then maybe back up to 25, somewhere around there. Somebody said we should get the Frank Bunny suit as the next Ether Bunny. That would be pretty funny.
That would be good.
But yeah, I think anywhere between 23 and 27K is probably what we're going to be looking at for average price next year. So, yeah, it is what it is.
Man, amazing. We didn't even plan that.
Yeah. Oh, we got Ziad Mefta here. He says, this guy is full of it. Name the lie. Name it. Name the lie. Name the lie. What's the lie? Go ahead. In the show today, name the lie. I want to see it. I've just been reading news and telling you what happened in 2019, you idiot. I just can't with these people. They're so dumb. We've got TJ in the chat here making a lot of negative comments.
Yeah. That Black Circle TJ, you can't trust that guy.
You cannot circle.
He always has
Black Circle TJ.
No.
That's a TJ impersonator, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The regular TJ is a brown circle.
Yeah. Well, what?
Billionaire investor Stanley Druckenmiller says mistrust in central banks could lead to crypto renaissance. The prevailing macroeconomic factors dominated by soaring inflation have impacted equities and the crypto market, with both sectors recording historical crashes. Notably, amid the conditions, the role of central banks in containing inflation has been questioned as investors look for assets to cushion them. I don't own Bitcoin. It's tough for me to own anything like that with central banks tightening. I still think if the Bank of England, what they did is followed by other central banks in the next 2 or 3 years. If things get really bad, I could see crypto having a big role in a renaissance because people just aren't going to trust central banks. This is really what Bitcoin is about, right?
Yep.
It really is about showing you the scam. Bitcoin has shown you the scam. I want you to think about a world right now. I want you to think about a world where cryptocurrency, crypto assets, as I like to call them, where it doesn't exist. What alternative do you have here? You don't really have one.
No, I'm depressed in that world.
Yeah, golly. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know, you're probably selling shoes somewhere. I'm probably, God, what would I be doing as a profession? Modeling,
Yeah.
I'd be 260 pounds probably still.
Yeah.
So
moving helmets.
I'd be pushing football helmets. Yeah, for sure. But the whole thing is, think about what we're seeing right now. And that's why I almost feel like Bitcoin was always going to happen. Now, it may not have been Bitcoin. We had several iterations of different digital currencies in the past. We detail all those in Catching Up to Crypto because that's a very important part of this story.
Yeah.
I saw somebody showed a chart. It took 50 years of innovation to get to Bitcoin.
Yep.
50 years. So it's technological evolution. Something like this was always bound to happen, especially when you have the banks. Think about this. Bitcoin, 50 years of innovation led to it, okay? It's been, I believe, 40 years since banks have made any major changes.
Yep.
Right? If banks had been innovating during this time and not just sitting there counting their money that they don't even have in their banks, then maybe Bitcoin wouldn't even be necessary. Maybe we would have a better banking system. But it's all about, blood and it's all about blood money for the banks. So thank God we have Bitcoin as an alternative to show us exactly what is going. So
yeah, it gives us an option. It gives us hope in a world where you don't have a lot of control over what the central banks are doing. At least you can take control by moving some of your funds into Bitcoin.
Absolutely. And like I said, it's exposed the scam.
Yeah.
Without Bitcoin and really the supply and demand built into the code, it's hard to come up with an alternative for what we're seeing.
Yep.
But because of that, it's exposed the scam. So that's why we love Bitcoin. I know we give the Bitcoin maximalists a lot of flack because we think they're low IQ. But we love Bitcoin. I don't want anybody to ever get a misconception. I believe Ethereum's going to pass Bitcoin. Still love Bitcoin. Okay. You can believe other currencies or other cryptos are going to do better based on supply and demand and use case, but you can never sell Bitcoin short. Bitcoin is the greatest asset ever created in the history of mankind.
Period.
So period. And it still will be that. I just think a decentralized internet is bigger than something being used as a hedge against traditional markets, which is what Bitcoin has become in digital gold. So that's really the only reason why I think Ethereum will pass it. BlackRock launching ETF in Europe with blockchain and crypto company exposure. Let's see here. BlackRock just made another move into crypto, this time launching an ETF with exposure to blockchain and crypto companies for its European customers. Investment manager also launched a private trust offering US-based institutional clients exposure to spot Bitcoin in August and tap Kraken CF benchmarks for its index pricing product. Well, that sounds a little dangerous, doesn't it? Because hasn't Kraken had all kinds of problems with
some of those pricing things? Yeah. Well,
yeah.
that sounds right up BlackRock's alley.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Guys, don't forget. BlackRock coming into crypto? Sure. There's more money in crypto now. Yeah, now there's more evil in crypto. Right. Congratulations.
Good for prices, bad for humanity.
Yeah.
Also on that, did you see the news confirmed Chainlink being used for integrated into Swift?
Yeah, that's why I pumped, I guess, yesterday.
Yeah, that's big.
Ben, your IQ can't be much better being your predictions are average and wrong often. Okay, other than XRPK is not ending and $100,000 Bitcoin, name the things we've been wrong about. We've nailed it all year long. That's why you got a lot of people out there talk a lot of crap about this channel and say, it doesn't do it. It's just because they're jealous. It's because they're jealous that we're the voice. They don't like it. The fact is, we have nailed this bear market the whole time, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. I can't guarantee you things are going to bottom in November or December, but that's where we think it's going to happen. And if that happens, you better come back on here and give me my freaking credit because, it is what it is there. So, look, facts are people have said they've been counter trading us since $38,000.
Yeah.
Since $38,000, they've been counter trading because if I say it's going lower, it's obviously going up.
Yeah.
We've nailed it all freaking year. All year, we've nailed this bear market. Even when we said, hey, last potential for a run-up, beginning of April as we head towards the Bitcoin conference, happened. Then what happened? Same exact thing that happened the last time we had a Bitcoin conference during the first year of a bear market. Same thing. So there you go. Yeah, I didn't call the top number, but we did call we called the exact time frame for the top. We said between Halloween and Thanksgiving, and we hit it. We hit it. Facts are facts, guys. Can't make that stuff up. But yeah, I didn't sell the top. Somebody says that. You're right. I didn't sell the top because I was waiting for 100,000. I was an idiot. Didn't take my own advice.
Yeah,
it happens. You ever done that? Anybody ever done that? Anybody ever had some really good advice for other people and then you can't take it yourself? Yeah. I think that's relatable.
Yeah, especially because you're a permeable on crypto and you don't want to.
Exactly.
No, I just like this guy. Anybody who thinks they could do better, just go create another channel and call it BitGirl, and we'll see. We'll just go side by side and compare them.
Yeah. We'll see how you do compared to us. Yeah, we'll see. So, all right. So there you go. We got JP Morgan, CEO feels threatened by disruption in payment systems, from Kevin O'Leary. JP Morgan Chase's CEO Jamie Dimon feels threatened by how the crypto space is disrupting the payment systems. Stage Shark Tank host and multimillionaire venture capitalist Kevin O'Leary speaking at Converge 22 panel on September 28th. This isn't about speculation on asset price. It's about reducing the fees on how the world economies work. I mean, and this really fits XRP exactly. I mean, that's what XRP is really trying to do when it comes to making things a lot cheaper and faster in the banking world. More transparent, more productive, completely auditable, regulated, but less expensive. So, does Jamie Dimon feel threatened? You're damn right he does. Man, that sounds like Alex Jones. That is a big part of how he makes money. If you are a sovereign wealth fund or a country that is oil rich, perhaps you're generating $250,000 in the 12 hours. The only place on earth you can plot that is in the S&P. The only way you can do that is to be compliant with the SEC rules. They're never going to make a move against the SEC in any way until these rules are determined. And guys, we got a great solution against the SEC we're going to be telling you more about next week, actually. According to O'Leary, or maybe the week after, we're going to record it next week. We're gonna loosely tell you what we're doing and what we're working on. Can't give exacts. There's certain laws that we can't give exacts. We're going to generally tell you what we're going to be doing, and it's counter to what Sam Bankman-Fried's trying to do. According to O'Leary, a regulatory shift in the U.S. approach to digital assets would lead to a 10% appreciation for all crypto assets overnight. U.S. lawmakers are working on a bill to regulate stablecoins that could be approved by the year's end. So speaking of the SEC, we've got the opposite here, the CFTC chair. Now, this is very interesting. CFTC is not perfect, okay? No government agency is going to be perfect, as you know. We do know there's a lot of people that do not like that they just went after Ookie Dow.
What?
I would want to go after him for the name.
Yeah.
Honestly, like Ookie, you're creepy and you're kooky. Ookie Dow? Is it for the Addams family? I don't know. But is this anime? Sounds like an anime show. But the fact is, the CFTC is way better than the SEC. Crypto would be much better in their hands than the SEC's hands. And here we've got the CFTC chair telling you some really interesting stuff. He says Bitcoin might double in price if there's a CFTC regulated market. Now, listen to this. We have the John Boozman bill coming out yes, I am going to Gareth Soloway's party in Dubai. Yes, I will be there. I will be there. This brings up something very interesting, which is the John Boozman bill, senator from Arkansas. This bill is going to completely move Bitcoin, Ethereum over as a commodity. So what he's saying, it might happen. Now, when does this pass? From what I think I'm hearing, maybe somebody can text me who knows if they know the right answer to this. I'm saying it wrong. I believe early 2023 is when we get this passed. So this could be, if we don't bottom this year, this could be something that maybe could reverse us out of a bottom, something like that. I don't think that's going to happen. I think this might be a kick up. Mm-hmm. Maybe we go down to 12K. Maybe we go hover back under 20. Maybe this can get us back over 20 for maybe not for good, but for the most part. On Wednesday, Rostin Benham, talked about him in our update video last night. The chairman of the Commodities Future Trading Commission talked about regulation of the crypto market. And also, is BJ in here?
BJ?
No, he's not. We need to get the clock. I can't see the clock anymore because of
It is 12:22.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying I can't. The camera.
Yeah.
We got to move that over so I can see it without having to go like this every time.
I got you.
Okay. These incumbent institutions in the crypto space see a massive opportunity for institutional inflows that will only occur if there's a regulatory structure around these markets. So there may be, in fact, hundreds, if not thousands of security coins, but there are plenty of commodity coins. And I think it makes sense, as we've done historically, to make sure that each agency has jurisdiction over commodities and securities, respectively. Now, what is the solution to this? We've already talked to you about this before. The solution to this, a lot of people, we put this out several weeks ago, maybe 2 months ago. Our rumblings we're hearing is that there are movements to create a digital asset commission, and it would, maybe fall under their jurisdiction at CFTC. You would have crypto people on that commission, along with other people as well. And the whole goal would be to pull stuff over the commodities market. So we were actually talking about what this might look like. Basically, they would just start going down coin market cap. Now, here's what that does. when you start pulling over everything that would be a commodity, when we look here at the list, stablecoins would or would not be a commodity.
I think would not, but
Yeah, I think you're right. I think, but they're not a security either. There's no.
right. So
Hmm.
where would they get regulated?
I don't know. It's great.
That I think that's going to be one of the main discussion points, because, and that's what everybody's so interested in, is regulating stable coins, and it doesn't really clearly fit any category.
Well, Gary Gensler said.
I mean, I guess you'd
Gary
regulate.
Gensler said, "Yeah, stable coins are
Well,
securities."
of course, yeah. Everything's a
Freaking
security
idiot.
to Gary Gensler.
So dumb.
Cheerios are a security to Gary Gensler.
Yeah, exactly. The like button is a security. So if you want to get audited, go ahead and smash that like button, guys.
Yeah.
But when you look, Bitcoin, Ethereum, obviously commodities. BNB, obviously commodity. It's got use case. XRP, obviously a commodity. Cardano, a commodity. Solana, well, I guess it would be one as well. I mean, I don't know how far you would have to really go down to really start getting into something that could be a security. I don't want to speculate on what could be a security and what wouldn't be a security. That probably would not be healthy for me.
No.
For the people that like whatever coin I would call security. But the fact is, guys, let's now go to page. Let's see here. Let's go to. Is there a next button up here? Next. You gotta go to the bottom, I think. Next. Okay. Let's go to page 6 on CoinMarketCap. Okay. Now you're starting to get into. Now I know FIO protocol. It's not a scam. Outside of that one, Eternity. Eternity used to be in like the top 30.
Yeah, I was around long.
Wow, golly, that's crazy. Is that?
That's
No, that's not Step. Is that their governance token?
It could be.
Could be, yeah. But like, how many of you guys have heard of this stuff? I've only heard of a few of these. The Paint Paris Saint-Germain fan token. I've heard of that one. Harvest Finance, heard of that one. Elydium, I've heard of that one. Presearch, obviously, that's a good project. Everrise, what was that? Remember what that was?
No.
That was in the news at some point. Can't remember what it was. Morpheus Network, heard of that. District 0x, obviously heard of that one. Cult DAO, heard of that. I've heard a lot of these. Beefy Finance. But when you really start Frontier, when you really start going down this list, DX Chain, guys, how much do you guys know about any of these projects? I've heard way more than I thought I even.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, I was too.
Yeah,
It just shows you how far a lot of stuff has fallen.
Yeah.
But once you start getting into these ranges, the majority of these tokens are not going anywhere. They're dead. They've been extremely diminished. Like, guys, I don't think Eternity is going to be the next layer 1 blockchain, right? It had to run at some point, but I don't think it's going to be very successful after falling so far so quickly. Nobody even knows it exists anymore. The point is, once a lot of stuff gets shifted over to commodities, what's left will be the things that the CFTC doesn't see any valid reason to move them over. What will that do? That will mean a lot of these will still be available for Gary Gensler to go after now, or the SEC, because he's going to be gone. The fact is, for the SEC to go after one of these projects, it will have to be a straight up scam, or they will have to have them dead to rights on something. And it'll totally change the way regulation in crypto works. I think that's definitely what we're going to see. Moosey Moose. I am a moose slayer, so I don't know if you want to go buy moose in here. Might get capped. What do you think about Savvy saying BTC not reaching all-time high until 5-10 years? You have to understand what Crypto Savvy is seeing, okay? He is seeing this market form the exact same bubble that the dot-com boom formed, okay? Here's the difference between what we're seeing now and the dot-com boom, in my opinion. We've seen Bitcoin drop 90% already before, and it didn't kill it, and it still came back to all-time highs.
Yeah.
How far would it have to drop? 99.9% probably for me to change my opinion on that. That's probably how far it would have to drop to be like, okay, I guess we're not going to see. Guys, he's looking purely at charts, purely at how similar it looks. And look, he's been dead on. It has matched it exactly so far. But things, they look the same until they just rhyme. And I think that's what we're going to see, is it's going to match it in the beginning, but we're just seeing a normal bear market for Bitcoin. There's nothing to suggest until we go below $8,000. There's nothing to suggest that we're not seeing what we've always seen. Everybody's trying to come up with a new theory. He doesn't think the 4-year cycles are valid at all. He doesn't think the Bitcoin halving does anything for the price. He thinks it is literally irrelevant. He thinks we've just been on a 10-year cycle. And does that make sense to you, TJ?
No, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
I mean,
there's a possibility. Look,
If
he could be right. I
Yeah.
don't want to diminish him and say
right.
he's definitely wrong. That is a possibility.
Right. And
But-
just like a lot of the theories, they're great theories and we get an opportunity to see if they play out. And if they do, great. But if they don't, like, to me, I would, in order to see that, like, we didn't see the .com bubble, like you said,
Right.
draw down 85% 3 times previous before it went up and to the right. So I don't see that happening. I'm a strict 4-year cycle guy until I see
Until it doesn't
something
work.
happen different.
Yeah. And if it happens different, then we'll have to factor that in.
Yeah.
But until then. Okay. All right. We got to fly through the rest of the stories here. Bitcoin is comforting and can't be stopped, says Cynthia Lummis, Bitcoin bull. So there you go. U.S. lawmakers propose amending cybersecurity bill to include crypto firms reporting potential threats. Marsha Blackburn and Cynthia Lummis introduced proposed changes to the 2015 bill that would allow voluntary information sharing of cyber threat indicators among crypto companies. This has just came out, so something to watch here. USDC to be welcomed by 5 new blockchain ecosystems. USDC, a.k.a. the next digital dollar. Binance CZ says, despite common misconception, Binance has not stopped supporting USDC. I didn't even know that was a thing. They're basically just talking about the reason why they haven't been using it as much. They want people using the Binance dollar, and they are trying to create more liquidity. Cardano creator challenges IOTA co-founder Dominic Shiner to debate. Here we go. We got a new project IOTA's not a new project, very old project. They were launched probably around the same time.
Yeah.
But IOTA's got a lot of interesting stuff. They had Shimmer update yesterday. Or Shimmer with the new token that comes with it. I can't remember the ticker for it. Just launched yesterday. A lot of cool stuff. We've hooked up with the IOTA team. We're going to be talking about it. A lot of stuff going on with them. ISO 222. I think that's what the poll said, right?
Yep.
Here it is. People say ISO 222. I had always heard it was 20022 or 20022. I should have put that actually different. But look, I guess we got to go with this pronunciation now, right?
That's the easiest one to use. So
yeah, 222. Okay, so we're going to 222. I think that's why people don't like saying it like that, though. It sounds like it's 222.
Yeah.
But it's 222. I'm sure I won't be dramatic when I pronounce it like that.
I'm sure not.
Here it comes. It is ISO 222. 22. Was that dramatic? Okay. So there we go. We got Cardano. We got basically. Do you think these guys are the same age? I think they are.
I mean, Charles.
They probably are. Charles is only like 33.
Yeah, he's very similar in age to me, which always shocks me.
I know.
Always, but
I mean, Charles looks amazing. Okay,
Yeah.
Charles looks amazing. He looks like he's been through a lot.
he's just so smart too, and like
I know you feel like you're talking to somebody who's been around for like 100 years.
Yeah.
You know. Golly. Okay. Shiner responded that he would send an email and added that it would be good to reconnect after all those years. So cool. All right, we'll see what happens there. Hey, I tell you what. I'll host it.
Moderate it. Yeah.
I'll moderate. I'll moderate the debate. I'm
Perfect.
throwing myself out there to moderate the debate between somebody's got to get in the middle of these two guys.
Hey,
I mean,
if there's somebody that wants to get in the middle of two guys,
I tell you
you're
what.
up for the job.
Look, where's Frank?
Yeah.
Where's Frank? Frank's been in between you and me a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
that's true.
definitely, he would love to be in front of old Hosky and Dom. Hosky and Dom. Maybe he likes Dom. I don't know.
Oh boy.
Okay, XRP ADA meme coins becoming object. If you're in the XRP army, make sure to throw up the X. The X. XRP ADA meme coins become object of interest for author of best-selling NFT book Andy Leon. Andy Leon with 2 N's. That's Andy with 2 N's. International blockchain expert who positions himself as a thought leader on social media platforms. That's almost being like the self-proclaimed, supreme leader of a currency. Crypto. I don't know. I don't get it. Self-proclaimed. As the author of a book, NFT From Zero to Hero, is taking to Twitter to pick followers' brains about whether you should invest in altcoins such as XRP, ADA, and IOTA. Man, it must be hard for the NFT world these days if they're actually coming over and buying crypto. Let's see. He had a book, Blockchain Revolution 2030. By now, 8,000 of the former have been sold. I think we've maybe hit that already with our book. Been pretty close. David Gockstein shared that he had been considering buying XRP. Let's see. Hey, we should bring David Gockstein on the channel.
Yeah.
I love David Gockstein. He is awesome.
Nice
He's one of
guy.
my favorite people on Twitter.
Yeah.
We should do that. Molly, are you watching? Tell David to come on the show. Let's get that scheduled before I get back from Dubai. I'm sure he'll come. Blockchain Brawler says, let's go Mets. Let's go Braves. Now, I've hated the Mets as much as I hate the Saints for my whole life.
Yeah.
But a guy, Brandon Nimmo, plays center for the Mets. I got a little soft spot in my heart for him now. So I hope they, I hope, you know, now I hope we win the division. I hope we play them in the playoffs. I hope we get to play the Mets in the playoffs. That would be awesome. I would love to see that. I don't think we've ever played them in the playoffs before. XRP, former SEC's officials calendar might suggest Ripple was unfairly targeted. This, guys, is reported by Eleanor Tourette. And somebody said on the on Twitter yesterday, they said, why did he put your name as Ellie? Is he trying to be funny? No, that's what she goes by.
That's what
real
she
life.
asks. Yeah.
She asked us to put it there,
Yeah.
guys. Eleanor is her name, her name on, it's her full name. But we loved having Ellie on yesterday. She is awesome.
Yeah, she did great.
She is one of our best interviews, consistently. She got so much information. She comes from a non-crypto world. So it's very fascinating to see her thoughts and opinions on the SEC. And she talked about this yesterday, so we're not going to get too far into the story. Basically, there are things on William Hemmon's calendar that line up with ETHgate perfectly in the internet sleuths from the XRP army. Hey, you know, have you seen that movie, Don't F with Cats?
I haven't seen it, but I've heard.
You haven't seen it?
I know what it's about.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. Hey, don't F with XRP Army.
That's right.
That's going to be part 2 of that.
Yeah.
Because they will find you and they will come after you. So let's see. You've got one more story. XRP Ledger platforms as luxury brands NFT during Paris Fashion Week. Balmain. They're working with Balmain. I don't have any Balmain stuff. Maybe I should get some from Balmain. Maybe in the bull market. We'll do it.
Yeah.
So, Sid Bream legend. Absolutely. We love Sid Bream. Do we want to do Q&A?
Yeah, let's just do, we're over, but let's just do this one Q&A.
All right, we'll do one Q&A question.
It just says, Ben, what do you think about the phrase BTC is king? I'm not a maxi. I hold other coins too, but I do acknowledge and agree that BTC has given the best risk-adjusted returns over time.
Match that against Ethereum's. I'd like to see it.
Yeah.
I would argue Ethereum and Bitcoin are king. Right now, anything can be dethroned. I think eventually it will be Ethereum and Bitcoin as kings. And then Cardano with maybe a shot to take out Ethereum down the road, depending on how the merge goes. And look, here's facts. What Sam Bankman-Fried is trying to do could destroy the Cardano ecosystem in the United States specifically. I would be very interested to see the shakeout of how many holders of Cardano are in the United States. Because, I emailed Charles, still waiting to hear back from him. We're trying to fight against what Sam Bankman-Fried is trying to do. What he's trying to do would destroy all upcoming DEXs and mini dApps that would be going on the Cardano network, NFT projects as well, potentially. So definitely pay attention to that. So, guys, don't forget to smash the like button on your way out. Been a great show today. That's all I got. Be blessed. Good boy out.